Hello, everybody. It's Sunday morning, and Kev's here. That's because shenanigans. You probably understand by now. If you don't, go watch the previous video on this channel or the previous video on the main channel. I explained why this video is coming out now in both of those. You haven't watched if you haven't watched Iron, this is meaningless. This whole video is pointless. So I'm just going to assume you know and don't need telling. Bonus video! Martinez Perez continues to do a Mick Powell, which is nice to see. Oh, reminder as well, boys and girls, while you're all here, this is one of your last chances to order a home shirt. They go off sale on Tuesday at I don't know what time. So basically order by the end of Monday. I know tomorrow's payday for a lot of people, so don't forget. Don't forget to get your shirt ordered. Right, we can't not win this game after what's happened in the last two. This would be such an anticlimax if we drop points here. So if we could do a football in this second half, that would be smashing. Ignacio, come on then. Ninja Tours, thank you very much for converting from your Prime to a paid sub. I'm loving the new format. Quite apart from anything else, it's going to do wonders for my health. Every day this week, I've gone out for an hour-long walk playing Pokemon Go and then gone swimming in the afternoon to go to the gym. So I've gone from sitting at my desk all day playing Football Manager and then streaming sometimes that, sometimes other stuff in the evening, to looking after my health during the day and then still releasing just as much content. It works great. Maybe the next step towards work-life balance will be convincing myself it's okay to not upload a YouTube video for a week. I don't know if I'm ready to have that conversation with myself yet. Yeah, over my 8 years on YouTube, if you include all channels, I think I'm still averaging about 2.2 uploads a day. Every day since the day I uploaded my first one. So the idea of not uploading at all for a week does break my brain a little bit. Right. New contract, but no pay rise. Come on, Mrs. Wearmouth. We're going to get promoted here. Oh, we've got a pay rise. £1,000 a week now. Do we give Fajardo a new contract? Based on how hard it was to find a replacement for Floric, it's probably unlikely we're going to find a better goalkeeper than this anytime soon. So we probably should. But try not to spend too much money. Boom. See, I'm tempted with Isra as well. I think Isra probably needs a new deal. No, don't get the director. I thought that was the director of football conversation. I thought it said agent. Right, so he's on 375 at the moment. See if we can talk him into a pay cut. No, we'll just keep him on his current salary. Vega, I think, is worth a new contract as well. We've got quite a few boys here who are pretty good, and I'd quite like to not have to do a full rebuild this summer. Of course, we'll be pushing for pay cuts. And then they agreed to stay on what they were already on. Christian David, yeah, he's another one who we want to give a new deal to. So he's on 150 at the moment. So let's try him. We might have to give him a pay rise because he was very young when he signed. Yes, he gets a little bit of a pay rise. Winger Ivan. Yeah, Winger Ivan gets a new deal. He's been quite the pleasant little surprise. Boyer. Boyer and McRobbie, I think, are ones we'll delay. And then Elizondo. What do we think? I mean, 7 assists is nice. But he is on the verge of losing his place. He's 25. I think we wait and see with him. So I think we'll delay those ones. The preview was rubbish, but we haven't actually had the intake. There it is. If you are a Name in the Game channel member and you're looking at that thinking, ugh, don't want any of them, you don't have to go this season. You can wait. You only get one active player in the save. So if you want to wait until we're a little bit further in, you definitely have that as an option. You don't have to go early. I would suggest, based on previous experience of these kind of saves, the earlier you go, the more likely they are to play, as you've seen with Alex and Russ Eddy and Andrew McRobbie and Al Starr. So there is the post for this season. If any of you are Naming the Game channel members on YouTube and want one of these guys, that is where you tell me about it. Now let's have a look at this youth intake and see if it's any good. So a goalkeeper who's only 5'11". He'll probably sit on our bench next year. Ibrahima Diallo, 6 foot tall at 15. This is gonna turn into a big boy. If he can learn to head and end up 6'4", 6'5", then he's got a future. It doesn't matter how good he is. You only have to look at what we're doing with Roman and Lille this year, who are both 2-star players. Diallo's already nearly as good as them. So if we compare him to right backs, he's only 1 star behind Lille already, and he's 15. And Lille's played a lot of football this year. Jose Antonio, another left winger. Why are they always left wingers? He's 6'1" at 15. He's going to be another Rabiot. He's going to be massive. David Enstrom is an attacking midfielder who has no Spanish in him. Doesn't speak a word of Spanish. Just in Benidorm on holiday and decided to... Hang on. He's already been in Spain for, what's that, 3.5 years? And doesn't speak a word of Spanish. He's picked up the English from Benidorm. Needs to work on his Spanish a little bit. And then Ivan Segovia is a left back. He's only 5'5". No hope for him. Absolutely no hope. Promotion hopefuls, our run-in. So we play Silla, Rayo, who are bottom, Sagunto, and Jove Espanyol. So the last 2 games are quite tough. Hopefully we secure promotion before Sagunto. That would be ideal because they're our bogey team. We don't want to go into the last day needing a win. There's still so many teams that can still get promoted. This is silly. I did notice when we were looking at the dev center before that this guy has appeared, who presumably was from the previous year's youth intake. He's close to being ready. He's as good at left back as Russ Eddy, star rating wise. Let's just do a comparison. I know Russ Eddy's probably more of a winger, but he's going to struggle to ever get in the team as a winger because we've got so many left wingers. But if we do a comparison of these two, yeah, so this guy can actually defend. He's a better defender, better technically, and obviously Russ Eddy better going forward. We might actually just call him up into the squad. Can I look at my players loaned out? I don't even know how to look at that. I mean, I guess you just go to the squads and look for them. It's in the dev center. Oh, yeah. Well, what do you know? Oh, they're the players we've loaned in, aren't they? Oh, so we've only got 1 player loaned out. This Ivan. Another Ivan. I tell you what. Boys and girls. Starting centre-back next season, right there. He's better than any centre-back we've got. He's recalled now. San Francisco are our feeder club, apparently. Our development centre. Right. So, take him off the loan list and get him on a proper contract. He's still on a youth contract. He needs a big boy contract. Wow, only signing 3 youth players this year. We've learnt our lesson, clearly. Bring the 3 of them in then. Russ Eddy isn't fit, isn't he? Well, he's on the bench. He'll be fine. What's wrong with him? Oh, yeah, he shouldn't be on the bench at all. Yeah! No! We'll have none of this. Villa have scored inside the first minute. May, but it got delayed till June because I went on holiday and they've moved it back a month because you're not allowed to have it when you've just flown. So what's that? 7, 8, 9 months? Penalty kick. Which is good going from what I saw on the Reddit gallbladder section. Sometimes people wait years. Come on. What is going on? If not today, then when? 2,000 subs. Christian David has just scored a header. He is 5'9". He has just scored a header from a corner. He is 5'9". Wonderful. He leaps like a salmon. Right, come on, boys. We'd like to win, please. Oh, look at that from Fakal, Mr. Fancy. Fakal's in. Fakal. Fakal. He's back. He is back. Our captain is back. The doorbell rang this morning and I went to answer it and the postman was laughing because it was a massive cardboard box that was too big to even fit through the door. It was big enough to post a horse. It was absurdly large. And I bought a new beanbag. I don't even know where she's put it. Last time I saw it was just kind of across the sofa in the living room. But it sounds like she's having a nice time with it. We've just gone 2 steps closer to the dream of a team of Ivans. Oh, please don't throw it away from here. Oh, God. This is going to be a nervy last 10 minutes. Christian David getting in everyone's way to prove he can win a second header of the match. Give us a whistle emote. Somebody draw me a whistle emote and I'll upload it. It needs to be not rubbish, though. Come on. Oh. All you needed to do to motivate me was scare me with the Zealand stuff. So, here's your situation. 3 games to go. One of which is against Sagunto. We're 5 points clear of them, and Elche have collapsed. Orihuela have collapsed even further. Orihuela, I dare say, are not in consideration anymore. I think Orihuela and Villarreal have bottled it. Yaclano's not happening either. It's 2 from these 4. What's the definition of doing a Mick Powell? Being a player who we didn't necessarily notice at the time. A young player who we didn't necessarily notice at the time who goes on to be great. Often identified as players who get completely ignored as name in the game players. Like Rabiu, for example. Who came through that youth intake. That first youth intake. Wasn't one of the players that anyone noticed. And is now 4-star, 5-star. Another example would be Ivan. Another example would be, where is he? Martinez Perez, who have come from nothing and exploded into being quite good players. I mean, you've seen me do it before in YouTube videos where something has happened and I didn't think it was going to happen and I've jumped into the match part way through. The end of the season sometimes gets a bit like that. Those LOLLUJO 2 videos are going to be a mess sometimes, Topher. Because of everything, because of jumping in and out of videos. But we have to prioritize the video. At its very core, it is still a main channel YouTube series. Come on, Ignacio. Now, what's going on in the other matches? So Elche are winning because they've gone up to 2nd place. Pepilu! It would be beautifully poetic after Sagunto have ruined us so many times if we won promotion and out away at their ground. Even if we backdoored it with a defeat. Just having it rubber stamped there would be beautiful. Was that Christian David winning a header again, by the way? I mean, he's actually towering over somebody there. He's been practicing his jumping all season. Look at Alex. Is it next year we upgrade him to be the deep line playmaker in that role? Do I abandon the idea of Alex box to box all? And are we having him as deep line playmaker? Elche are now losing. Roda are still 6 points behind. What's going on in the Roda game? Because there is a chance. Are Roda playing? Where are they? This is the kind of thing I get up to when I'm sat there recording in my pants, thinking, do I need to put my trousers back on now? Why can't I see Roda anywhere on here? But they're definitely not there anywhere. It is head-to-head. What is our head-to-head against Roda? Do I need to turn the camera on? The camera's on. You know what I mean? Right, Roda, we drew with there. And beat there. So I think we get promoted. So I think we need to go into YouTube mode. Right, we do still have that final game of the season. I don't think we need to bother with fitness friendly. We've already won the league. We are going to play a very rotated team on that final day. We will let Alex be captain. Right, so if we start with youth prospects and figure it out from here. So Ivan at the back, Ortola in, makes sense. Is there anyone missing from here? Have we got anyone in the dev center who should be called up? Perhaps this is I imagine Andrew McRobbie's already played today. Let's call him up anyway. So we might be able to get him in as well, if he's not already played. I might play him as the striker. So Ivan on that side, Martinez Perez there, Ortola. Boyle, we don't need Boyle in the team. Let's get Jesus in. And then, do we have anyone to play ahead of Lille? We don't really. Might as well just leave Lille in. Russ Eddy, Martin playing his final game. And, hold on. Do we not have another goalkeeper registered? Where is Boyer? He just signed a new contract. Where is he? Here we go then, boys and girls. Watch us get an absolute pasting and ruin our momentum for the start of the new season. Wowzers. There are 4 teams all on 59 points. There you go, Alex. There's your confirmation. Alex is captain today. The Scottish lad is here next season. He's not. Oh, God, he is. How? What? We signed him on an 18-month loan? Well, in that case, Alex can get his standing ovation. And Boyle can come on for him. So we've got a Scottish teenager who's got to spend 18 months of his teenage years living in Benidorm. I'm fairly sure we've ruined that boy's life. There we go. Well, we didn't lose. And Elche did get promoted at the end. I mean, they had such a weird season. They fell apart, but then somehow managed to sneak over the finish line. Who did they play on the last day? So Elche beat Yaclano, who were one of the other teams in the mix, while Roda beat Gandia, but it wasn't enough. And Sagunto drew at Zenita, who have been they've been a banana skin for so many teams this year. If I was a betting man, which of course I am not, because I'm the manager, I can't possibly bet. But if I were to place a bet, I think that's Zenna to get promoted next year. Well, boys and girls, that is your lot. We will be back streaming on Sunday, where we will be picking up from exactly this point and trying to put together a team capable of staying up, which looks like it's going to be quite the task.